Hey guys, what's up? Hey, today I was gonna tell you something for your consideration because, you know, the funny thing is that, our nature is to blame, other people that seem to be in control of all sorts of mandates, rules, restrictions, that limit our freedoms. That to blame them, all right? And yes, I get it. On this level, we can be upset, we can be pissed off, we can be enraged and outraged and all sorts of stuff. However, don't think that they are not as smart, those who are behind it all, that they're not doing this with a very specific reason. The very specific reason here would be to basically test your character, to test your spirit, to show you who you are despite all the talks. Especially, I always say, talk is cheap. Walk is where you show it. All right. I know, bumped into many people during my lifetime. Religious people per se, right? And other so-called spiritual people who had a lot to say about, God and, spirit and this and that. But however, a lot of these people nowadays don't have the marrow in their bones to resist and go against the grain. You see? So all that talk, it's just cheap shit. Alright? There's nothing behind that talk. It just shows me that what you say you believe because you want others to get on the bandwagon, of what you think is the truth. Alright? Your God is the only God. I get it. Where is it now? To go to churches, you gotta be vaccinated. It's like, what? To go to churches, you gotta have masks. And now I'm gonna hit also people who are so-called spiritual, right? Who are like, wow, I'm not religious. I'm just spiritual. Alright. So many of you walking around with masks. Obey and, lay down at the feet of the authority, which is the authority of this world and the government. Easy to talk, I get it. But where is all the talk now? What happened to all the talk? You got shut down behind a mask, right? It's kind of harder to talk. It's kind of harder to be heard, right? You can't really talk that much about God anymore, right? You can't talk so much about power and, manifestation and all this shit, It's kind of hard, right? When you're like behind a barrier. And it's not even an imposed barrier, it's a self-imposed barrier. Because I can take it off, right? And I can go against it. Why? Why do I need it? I don't need it. There's nothing in me that needs it. You need it? Fine. Go ahead. I don't. And don't force me to do it. So, you see what's happening. It's a test of character. A test of character. It's not about, people say, oh, they, want to destroy us. And, No. They want to show us that we are perfectly capable of destroying ourselves. And with that, also perfectly capable of destroying each other. That's an even better test of character and spirit of somebody, of basically our society and the individuals that create this society, right? So, I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous because, people are doing really evil shit to each other now. Especially people who, who have been given power by the same tyrannical system. These same people have a lot to say. And they're very, very condescending. And they're very, very offensive. And they're very, very violent and aggressive. So, be careful. They are everywhere, you know. They will remind you that you are on the wrong path. To test your character. To test your spirit. Do you live in the spirit of truth? In the spirit of deception and lies, which brings about fear, panic, compliance to nonsensical things that go against your true nature. Huh? Come on, ask yourself. That's the question you should be asking yourself. To actually see what's going on. To actually see what is happening here. What's really happening. They're not doing this to destroy you. They're doing this to, for us to be pinned against each other. They're doing this. They're giving. Can you see what's happening? They're giving the weapons. They're laying the weapons into people's hands. And say, hey, here you go. You're free. Go after them. And you're so stupid and you go. Why one side and another? I mean, one side and the other. See, that's what they want. They want you. They want to prove that that's what you are. They want to prove that you're violent, that you're prone to wars, that you are prone to conflict that results in violence and aggression, or aggression and violence after. That's what they want to prove. They want to prove, or it wants to prove, that you're not worthy of life, that you're not worthy of free will, because you have no idea what to do with it, because you're destructive, because you're self-destructive. Self-destructive. Got it? You're suicidal. So why the heck would somebody give the responsibility of life and governing life, nurturing life everywhere around you and within you to somebody who is suicidal? I wouldn't do that either. Hell no. If I had anything to say, I wouldn't have given you that power if I figured that you were suicidal. If I came to the conclusion that you don't care, that you're careless, that you're going straight into the abyss, no way I would entrust you anything. Any decision you make would have to be confirmed by me. Would have to be stamped by the authority of myself. That's what's happening. When you understand that, then you will understand a lot. Because this is where we currently are, and this is where this is spiraling into. There will be war. There will be war between the two poles that have been created and, perpetrated, if you will, for quite a long time. This COVID, is just, that's just the thing, that spiked everything up. That brought it to the very pimple that it's about to pop. That pimple was there before. Deep, deep underneath. People were always split. People were always, prone to the conflict within themselves. And so this conflict within themselves, because it was not resolved, because they have not managed, you hearing me? They have not managed to resolve the conflict within themselves. Manifested in a major way in the projection of our reality, which is now nothing but conflict from day to day. You're conflicted about the majority or of a variety of decisions you have to make every single day, every step you take. And there will be more and more decisions, and that will show your character. Every decision you make, regardless of how small or how big, shows your talk. That's the talk. That's now the talk that shows your walk. Okay? So you can talk as much as you want, but start walking. Should start walking that, you know. Because I know how many people used to preach to each other and to other people, like, oh, you know, you should believe in this one, oh, that one, and this and that, you know. You have no idea, you know, this God is the right one, and no, they, you know, this book was like this, and it was like that, and blah, 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 blah. Nothing out of this. Nothing, absolutely nothing out of it. Nothing. Some of the most ridiculously, you know, religious people are now masked, are now running to get their jab. You know, are now obedient everywhere they go. You know, the authority of the earth, not the heavens. The authority of the earth dictates your behavior, dictates your sovereignty, dictates your, you know, the lack of sovereignty, dictates your power, dictates your strength. You know, dictates your personal conviction. That's what that is. And you say, like, you know, I remember how you know, this lady blocked me on Facebook, whatever. We used to work together, and then when this pandemic started, whatever, she wasn't on board with it. And then after a while, she started wearing a mask, and she had some kind of you know, God is above all or something on a mask, printed out on a mask, or something. God is, I don't know, something, you know, some kind of saying from the Bible, right? As if that's very educational. Sure, you wear a mask, and you have, you know, you have something from the Bible on your mask. I get it. Now, I said, hey, wait a second. So, you are now, you know, obedient to God. With that's what you're trying to say, right? That's the message here. You know, you're teaching other people about God. With what? With the print on your mask? You wear a mask. You get the point, right? It's not like God didn't descend from heavens and said, hey, you all have to wear a mask. You know, it's the government. It's the government institutions that said that you have to. Not that you should, but you have to. I mean, we won't go into bureaucratic details, whatever, but it came down that the government said you actually had to. Illegally, without any, like, legal right whatsoever. Not by any law. Not only natural law, but also the actual law that we go by every single day as the society, right? And all the you know, mechanisms and all the institutions that we have that govern the society. Anyway, so I said to her not to lose a point, so she had the stuff written on the mask, right? Educational stuff about God on the mask, right? I said, wait a second. So if I go have sex with a prostitute, but I write something inspirational about God on a condom, I mean, I'm doing, you know, I'm serving God, right? And she blocked me. Yeah, I mean, you know, block the truth. Whatever you want to do. I mean, you're not gonna erase it. You know, because the truth is more than just words. The truth is more than just words in a book. You know, the truth is the way you live. The truth is the way you see things. The way you actually go about things from the moment you wake up and the moment you lay down. And, you know, some of us, even when we lay down, we still live that truth. That's why we have experiences that a lot of other people, or the majority, just simply doesn't have and will probably never have. As, you know, being in that poor state of spirit, that poor spirit state. Alright, guys. Have a blessed day to make all the right decisions that will go along with your true, deepest, most fundamental nature of all.